This video is a continuation of our previous computation where we have calculated net tax payable using the output tax liability and the input tax credit available in the electronic credit ledger. We have utilized the credit for a distributor who supplies goods to a wholesaler. So we'll be continuing towards the calculation where the wholesaler will transfer or supplies the goods to a retailer and retailer to final consumer. How we are going to utilize the input tax credit in these scenarios, let us discuss. First transaction ka GST net GST payable we have calculated. We'll proceed towards our second transaction. In the same set of transaction they have given. So next, after getting these, Shami, after getting these, Shami resells it to Jaspreet of Maharashtra for rupees 2.5 lakh. He purchases from Bhuvan, Shami purchases from Bhuvan, and then he is selling it to Jaspreet of Maharashtra. Shami is in UP and Jaspreet is in Maharashtra. Again, interstate supply, so IGST is charged. So let us start our calculation. So second part, it is second transaction, so I will be writing that. Next, what is happening? Who is supplying goods? Goods supplied by whom? Goods supplied by Shami, right? Shami to Jaspreet. Shami to Jaspreet. Again, it is interstate. So I will be writing that as well. Interstate transaction. So interstate. So next, what we have written previously, same thing. So taxable value we have to identify. So taxable value is in this transaction it is 2.5 lakh. So taxable value 2.5 lakh. So that I will be writing in the inside column. Then I am putting 2 underline just for identification sake. On this, Shami has to pay tax to the government. He has to charge that tax to Jaspreet, and then Jaspreet will pay. Jaspreet, after collecting the money from Jaspreet, tax from Jaspreet, Shami has to pay it to the government. Okay, so there is output tax liability for Shami as well. So we will find that now. Output tax liability of Shami, right? So output tax liability. So what is the value of taxable supply is 2,50,000. On that IGST is same goods is getting supplied to different individuals, so 12%. So 2,50,000 into 12%, if you do, it will be 25 into 12 is 300. That means it is 30,000. Okay, so Shami's output tax liability is 30,000. And previously what we have done is we have deducted input tax credit in case of Bhuvan, right? So here whatever they have mentioned, electronic credit, the balance in electronic credit ledger is of Bhuvan's, not of Shami's. So we cannot use this because we have already used that. But whether Shami is eligible for any input tax credit, that's a question now. So previously in the transaction, what Shami has done? Shami has purchased goods from Bhuvan. So when he is purchasing the goods, he has paid some amount, right? So what is the value of the goods? 2 lakh. On that he has paid a tax as well, right? At 12%. 2 lakh into 12%. What is the tax? 24,000. So that means Shami has paid 24,000 on his input as IGST, right? So that means he has input tax credit. His input, whatever he is purchasing it from Bhuvan, is his input. On that he has paid 24,000 as IGST, that is his input tax. So that will be available for him as credit. Okay, so previously whatever the purchase he has made, on that he is getting input tax credit. So that we have to deduct. So let us do that. Less input tax credit within bracket as calculated above. previously we have calculated, right? Again, this is a continuation, okay? Don't make a separate table for the second transaction. Once the first part is over, we have calculated net GST payable. Draw a line and continue with this, okay? Don't make a separate table. Don't waste your time during the examination, okay? So as calculated above. So we have calculated that output tax liability, that is his input tax credit. How much? 24,000. What it was? IGST tax. So IGST tax credit is 24,000, okay? So IGST tax credit. So that I have to deduct. So remaining amount is 6,000. So 6,000 who has to pay to the government? So therefore net tax payable by whom? By Shami is 6,000 to the government. He had a output tax liability of 30,000. Previously he had paid 24,000 to the government as IGST when he purchased his input, and remaining amount is 6,000 that he has to pay in terms of cash or bank transaction, okay? So this is the second part. We will look into our final set, which is third set of transaction, which is happening between next party is our Jaspreet. So what Jaspreet does, they mentioned the final sale takes place in Karnataka to Mr. Prasid. So Jaspreet is selling the goods to Prasid, okay? So goods supplied by whom? By Jaspreet. To whom? To Prasid. So again this is interstate transaction. So I'll write interstate transaction. So I'll write interstate transaction. So next we need to identify the taxable value. So taxable value of that supply is 3 lakh. So Jaspreet is selling at 3 lakh. So Jaspreet ka taxable value, Prasid ka taxable value is 3 lakh. I'll be writing in the inside column and drawing 2 lines just for identification. And then we have to calculate the output tax liability of Jaspreet. So output tax liability, So let us write that output tax liability is to 3 lakh on 3 lakh 12%. So if you calculate 12 into 3 is 36, which means it is 36,000. Okay, so 36,000 will be Jaspreet output tax liability. Now does he have any input tax credit? So what we have to do is we need to see previously whether Jaspreet has paid GST when he has purchased goods from another party, his supplier. So previous transaction is between Jaspreet and Shami, right? Shami and Jaspreet, where Shami is selling, Jaspreet is buying, which is purchase. So input, he is purchasing his input. So he has paid a tax liability of 30,000. So that will be available for him as input tax credit. So less input tax credit as calculated above. How much? So he had paid output tax liability, which is paid by Jaspreet to Shami, and then Shami pays to the government. Actually paid by whom? Jaspreet. So this will be available as input tax credit to Jaspreet, IGST. So first same head ka set off we are doing. So after setting off, the value is 6,000. So this is the net tax payable. Net tax payable by whom? By Jaspreet. So here it ends our calculation, because Prasid, this is a final sale. Prasid has purchased the goods. whether he has sold the goods to somebody, no idea. That means Prasidh actually consuming the goods. Consumers will not get input tax credit because they cannot sell it to others, right? So our computation ends here. So this is how we need to set off input tax credit whenever there is output tax liability. In this problem we had only single tax liability, output tax liability, which is IGST. So we have drawn one column, we have calculated it, and the credit available for the next individual in the supply chain was IGST credit. So we could easily set off. In the next problem, what we will be doing is we will take interstate transaction as well as intrastate transaction. In that case, how we need to utilize input tax credit, we will see. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you like the video, give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel by clicking subscribe button. If you want to share the video, you can share the video, because you can learn to share and share to learn. If you want to get continuous notification, click the bell icon there. And if you have any comments, doubts, clarification, please write here. Thank you once again. Thank you all.